Hello everyone and welcome back. In this video I would like to introduce a few Dynamo scripts to create the truss steel structure onto the precast industrial building, right? To do that, same thing as previous video, we need to have some prerequisite. So software versions and Dynamo I already mentioned earlier. So I'm using 2021, so Dynamo version will be 2.1, and additionally I will be using those Akilab, Cloudworks, data shapes really not really used in that script, right? Then Genus Loci and Orchid, and finally will be Rhythm, right? Okay, in this video we do have the steel columns and steel beam as well, and a few Dynamo script as well, right? So as a steel column I will be using two types. One is normal UB or UC column, another one would be the star columns, right? And for framing we do have the UB or UC beam as well, right? Okay, to do that we are going back to the Revit, right? Before we run the script we are going to open the previous precast model, right? Then we should have those family to be loaded into the project as well, right? Then the place location here, right? Okay, so now what we are going to do is we are going to open the Dynamo player. Okay, this time it's not precast, so I'm going to look for steel. So we have three script. So first we are going to use this truss model, right? Okay, so we have to click the edit inputs, and first same thing, have to select the two grids which are intersecting each other, right? Left lower. To get the left lower intersection point we have to select the left vertical grid and lower horizontal grid, right? Then click finish. In extraction, instead of putting 8B, I am using maybe 1B, 2B. I'm using 2B first, 2B, and okay, 2B. Then instead of using 7.2, because we have to place alternatively, so that it's going to be extraction is going to be 14400, right? Then we only create one truss first, then later on we will copy, right? Then come to the wind direction is 10B, fine, and spacing is going to be 7.2 meter. Our bottom level, not top level actually, is a bottom level will be level 4M, so level 4M, and top chord and bottom chord is going to be UC 305, right? Then those strut is going to be also UC 203, 600, and this one is going to be vertical because we're going to place vertically, so that yes. And truss height, lower height is going to be 4000, and higher height is going to be 6000. That I assume that in reality we have to follow by the roof slope ratio, right? And come to this mid offset. Before we decided it, we have to choose the mid vertical post. The star column we are going to use the 533, so that 533, half of 533, like 550, it's nearly 275, plus the column next to that star column is going to be 305, is considered 150. So 150 plus like 300, so at least we have to put a 450 over there, 450, right? Then the column below the the reference level is going to be -600, so put it -600, and from the last truss is going to be appear like that. So the last vertical members of the truss we went to offset from the grid is by like a 150, so that we have more space over here, so we can provide the parapet walls or something over there, right? So our last vertical members of the truss is going to be somewhere here. The rest will be at the grid line. So then everything is settled. Then we are going to type the structural material names, which should be available in the material library as well. This name have to be exactly same. If whatever we type one is not same as in the material list, then we won't get that material as well, right? So I put it this one in, and everything is settled. Then now what I'm going to do is I'm going to run. So now we can see that we have one truss created over here. Then when we look from the east view, then we can see the truss. So going to be in shaded mode. We will see that the last column will be 150 offset from the grid, and this is the edge one. The center one is 475 from the center, so that they will have you know, something to be placed, right? Okay, and come to the bracing. Why all cross appear is because sometimes based on the bay, right, then engineer has a different idea. Sometimes will be end, sometimes they want it in the reverse end, that kind of things, and that's why I try to place it there. Deleting is easier than creation, right? So this case I try to make it like, okay, something like, because this is one span, this is the span, right? So things will be bending in this direction. So okay, I assume that we will be using the like this, and we'll be okay, we'll be using like this, for example, right? Okay, so it's going to be that way. No, not like that. Okay, so this one should be like this, and this one should be like this. Okay, so this one is based on the your structural engineer design as well. So we make it this way for this project. Okay, then leave it that way. Now I have one truss, right? I put it 2 bay, so 1 bay, 2 bay. So the first one they won't count it, right? So that's why. Okay, so we got it one, and this one will be placed in every 2 bays, 2 bays, 2 bays, like that. Okay, right? So now what we are going to do is we are going to place the another truss over here. So this truss, we do not need the star column, we just need the normal column, right? So to do that, this time I'm going to place the 7200, and the rest information won't change. And the last one is this mid post, instead of 533 I will be using 305, 305, so that this offset still remain. This 450 offset, instead of 450 I only need the maybe 300 only, right? Then after settle, then I am going to run it. Then you can see that there is a truss appear next to the previous truss, right? So same thing, this one also. What we are going to do is that we are going to delete a few things. So what I'm going to do is that here, so I'm going to select this first, and this one is going to be this, so we don't need this. No, not like that. Okay, this one going to delete, this one going to delete, and this one going to delete, this one going to delete, this one going to delete, right? So that the arrangement will be similar. Same thing happen on here. Okay, this one and this one. Okay, so now we do have the two truss, right, side by side. Then what we're going to do is minimize this and come to front elevation, and we are going to copy these two and place it to the other location, right? Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to copy and make sure to multiply, and then from this point all the way to there, then all the way to there. Okay, and lastly this one we only need one, so escape and copy one, then from this all the way to there. Okay, so now we can see that we already have the truss over there, and this end, this line we do not need the truss, we only need the what we call it, cable frame. That one we leave it, right? Okay, so now when we settle this, then what we're going to do is we are going to select this one, and the rest we try to off it first, isolate. Okay, so now in between, like for example, like we are going to create the bracing. Main intention is that there is a precast column support here, and we have a 4 truss, like this 2 truss sitting onto the main column, and sitting on the main column, and in between we have a big bracing, and this bracing will be carrying this truss as well. So this member is actually be part of that bracing. This is the intention, that's why we make it that way. So now what we're going to do is we are going to create brace over here. To do this, what I'm going to do is that I'm going to select this one, this area, and make it section box, so it will be much more clearer, right? So now we are going to place the bracing over there. So to do that, go back to the Dynamo player, and this is the major bracing, so that I'll be using this script to run it. So in this script we have to select the left member, and we have to select the right member, and we have to choose the horizontal bracing size and incline bracing size. So the horizontal bracing size, I'm going to use this one is bigger one, so that I'm going to use the 305 for example, right? Then vertical post also I'm using 305, horizontal also 305, and incline bracing is going to be 302 60, and in this case either we want V shape or inverse V. So currently I just click yes, so that it's going to be V shape, right? Then offset is going to be 450 as well, because this UC 300 will place next to this start column, right? Okay, then everything is settled. Then I'm going to run it. When you run it, you will see that we have placed the bracing next to the stick column, right? So come to here, basically this column won't come up to that top and won't come down bottom of this bottom core as well. So this one we have to adjust it. So to do that, select this, and base will be 0 and top will be like 5700 for example. It's going to be that way. And I think you say why this you do, oh no, okay, this one is something here inside there, right? So this one is next to it. Actually 300 that I'm giving is a little bit too much closer. Should be maybe 310 or something to have a better gap, right? I think is to do that, I'm going to undo it again, undo. Okay, then go back to this script, and rather than 450 I'm using this one. No, sorry, this one, when we run this, then this one, oh no, this one is not because of this, because of the 300 that I'm giving, should be given more than 300. Okay, anyway, for this time we'll leave it that way, because when I run the second truss at the time, and then the value that I'm giving is a little bit smaller, that's why these vertical members are overlap each other, because I'm given 300 only, it's supposed to be like a 310 or 320, so to cover this, right? Okay, for this time I'll leave it that way. I will make the redo again, redo again, redo again, redo again, redo again, right? Okay, so we have to be careful. I mean, when before we run the script, then we have to make sure that how much distance we really need to have it. That one we need to be careful on, right? So come to here, we can see that this column is placed in different orientation, so we have to place it to make it right. This one also same thing, select and space to place it. So these two will be connected by the bolt, and actually over here also there is some kind of corbel to let this bracing to be sitting on top of this corbel as well, something like that. Okay, so anyway, this is how we could create the main bracing over here, right? Then now we are going to uncheck the section box and go back to this edge, right? This edge, this one, and this one, and going to click the section box again. So this time we are going to use the minor bracing, so click that and select the left member, select the right support member, and bracing, horizontal bracing, make it 203, 203 is fine, and incline bracing also 203, 203 is fine. And this one is also going to be V-shaped, so still leave it V-shaped, and this is the material that we'll be using, right? So after that we are going to run it. Then we can see that this time we place this script trying to place the bottom chord, top chord, and incline bracing as well. So this is how we could create the bracing in the Revit model as well. Okay, so now we can see that we have the minor bracing there, we have the major bracing there. So sometimes we might need at the middle also we need to have the kind of bracing, for example. Then what we're going to do is we select these three vertical member and click the section box. Then we are going to select this left member and select the right member, and the rest leave it that way, and we are going to run it. So bracing will quickly place it over there, right? So this is how we could create quickly and easily by using Dynamo Script for main truss and those bracing as well. We even include the piling and ceiling frame also if we want it, right? But this time being I don't have that script to be ready, so I couldn't demonstrate for it. So finally we are going to switch on all of it, and this is what we are going to get: the industrial building, precast superstructure, and on top of it that would be the steel roof truss. And mainly we can see that at the over here, right, every 14.4 we are going to have the 14400. Then we are going to have the column. This column is not like this, just a very plain column to let this truss to be sitting on top of it. So we are going to load that plain family over there, right? So currently I do not have it, so hold on a while. Okay, now we have the rectangular plain column over here. So that what we're going to do is we are going to select this column and going to change with the rectangular column. Rectangular column is this one, something like that, right? So this column is going to be here, yeah, just like that only. Then on top we are going to see, okay, we are only, you can see over here. So what's going to be happen is that this column will be copying every 14.4 14400 and 14400 as well, so something like that. So this one, okay, so now come to here. Basically I think is should be more than 600 because we can see over here when we cut the section. I'm going to cut one section over here. So right then, okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to see this section, and section is going to be here, right? So then this one is going to be fine, right? So what's going to happen is that this main column will be sitting on top of the concrete column, and they will have a cobble there. So this height should be more than 600. So make sure that this one should bring up to another maybe like 400 for example. When you, okay, then all column will be going up, right? So at the time what we're going to do is we have to select this star column and right click and select all of it in this view, and instead of -600 have to be 1000, so that this the all star column will be sitting on top of the precast column, and they will have the cobble to come out and catch those beam, like when we cut the another section through here, and we will see it like we are going to cut the one section here, then over here come to section 2, then we can see that, oh no, here, so we can see that this T column, the star column is sitting on top of the concrete column, and they will have the cover come out to catch this truss and this truss as well. So over here this end column also have to go down by 1 meter instead of 600. So to do that, come to front, and we have to no, not this direction, in this direction, and we have to select all of it and make sure to make it 1 meter. So things will sit on top of the concrete column. At the end also same thing, select and make it 1 meter, right? Something like that. So it's going to be that way. So yes, so yeah, okay, so this is going to be that way. So after that we are going to place all the minor bracing and major bracing, so that we will have the full set of this industrial building. Okay, so that's all for now, and thanks for watching, and see you in next another video. Bye bye.